And carpe diem, I missed that question. Looks like I missed some questions. Let me change my glasses. Aha. Carpe diem says, Mehran, who observes our thoughts? The watcher. What is your opinion on that? Well, I wonder if you had the chance to take a look at my video, The Quality of Our Lives, The Watcher and the Watched, Observer and the Observed, Controller and Controlled. We discussed that last time elaborately. And as you know, thoughts are born from the contents of the consciousness. And without going back to our explanation that we've had a few times, 1,000 years ago when the caveman came out of the cave and started learning that he's got some understanding and wisdom or or smarts, and then I don't know, somehow experienced something like saw an apple, took the apple and took a bite, and then hell broke loose from then on. Or just slipped on the grass or some mud, or maybe on dinosaur shit or something that slipped. And from that action, he gained an experience. From that experience, he gained knowledge, and that knowledge was recorded in his brain. And few other experiences that he got involved with because of his instincts and certain intelligence that came with the package, with his package. He experienced certain things, and from all, and made several actions of different kind because of his instinct and the bit of intelligence that he had. Then from those actions he gained certain experience, like falling down if he puts his foot on an angle or hurt his knee, and that action and many other actions of that kind or any other kind in his daily life at that time brought about a certain experience from those actions, and those experiences brought about certain knowledge for him, and those knowledges were all recorded in his mind as memory, because we record 24/7, we record everything. And so as these recordings were taking place and the knowledge was accumulating in his memory, that's how the consciousness took shape. And from those information, from those memory, from that content of that memory, a thought would be born. Every thought that we have comes from the basis of the knowledge that is stored in the memory. And from that thought that came from the memory, the field of the known, a new action is created. And from that action, new experience, from that experience, knowledge. And the knowledge, again, is recorded in the memory. And so on and so forth. So you can see that the thought is coming from and is because of, and therefore is controlled by the consciousness, the memory, the field of the known. Yet, that's how it looks, right? Because the thought is born from the field of the known, the stuff in the memory. Yet, what made that consciousness, that memory, that field of the known, is the thought. Because the thought, which was born, supposedly, from the field of the known, from the memory, resulted in an action. Action, experience, knowledge, recorded. So in fact, the recorded ones, the controller, the watcher, the field of the known, is created by the thought. So the controller is the controlled. The watcher is the watched. The watched, the observed, is the observer. So really, observer, the watcher, the controller is redundant. It's all thought. So if we consider that, then we know that who observes our thoughts is actually thoughts. The observer is the observed. The observer, the consciousness, is made from the thoughts. It's all thoughts. Does the observer know that it's all thoughts? That's the question. We have an image of ourselves that we have a watcher controlling, watching the thoughts. That's the image that we have. We actually talk to ourselves, judge our actions, and we think there's a higher self that is watching the self. And we get into that and thinking that we are wiser than what we are doing. But do we, as the wiser part, know that we are actually what we are watching and observing and judging? Or are we separating ourselves from it, fooling ourselves, have created some kind of a stature here in our images that we have created of ourselves? The image of me watching me, the image of me as a teacher, the image of me as the speaker, the image of me as blah, 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 the image of me as a sportsman. I use them when I need them. We quickly change because that's where the mind takes refuge and feels secure, in images that we create, because it has no place to go. And it finds security in images. I'm a teacher, I'm a speaker right now. I'm a watcher of my activities, of my thoughts. I'm wiser than my thoughts. But do I know that my thoughts is actually me? And I'm watching my own thing. With my thoughts, I'm watching my thoughts. Now, we can really go nuts. And before that happens, let me move on to the next question. Amazing discussions. Now, let's see. I hope that was something for you to enjoy. Carpe diem.